They had thought there was so much controversy about the recipe for Essiac that they would like to have it cleared up. So they asked, would I be willing to do an affidavit as to what was in it and various stuff, and I said, well, certainly. They said they wanted to put it in the archives of the town so it wouldn't be lost.
Right.
Now, I can't recall the year. Is it on here? Yes, 1994.
Yeah. Yes.
So I agreed that I would do it to the best of my ability, and that's how this came about.
Right. And that's the affidavit, the copy they've used of that in the Rene Caisse room now in Bracebridge. Is that it? It must be. Mustn't
I
it?
don't know, but it should be.
It should be.
I know I mailed them one because they had the wrong recipe up when I visited there. So I mailed them a copy of this, so they do have it.
So where did the wrong recipe come from? Do you know?
I couldn't tell you.
Were there many recipes?
Well, there could be, I don't know. But this is the only one that I knew, which had been Rene's own,
Yes.
and it was advertised by Dr. Gary Glum, who wrote the book Calling of an Angel.
Right.
And
Right.
he made this recipe public.
Yes.
Before that, it was a secret.
Right. Right.
And it was a pretty well kept secret for a good many years.
It was.
But once the book came out, why, it went all over. Then various people decided that it might be better if we changed this or that or the other, how everybody thinks they know better.
Yes.
And that's how I think it has gotten so many different versions at the present time.
And do you think Rene knew that this would happen?
Oh, certainly she did. She told me many times that she would have printed this in the newspaper, only that nobody would follow it. Everybody would change it. First thing she said they would do is make it shorter because it takes too long to make it.
Right.
So she didn't want any shortcuts done at all. She had a reason for everything she did in this recipe. It had its own reason why she wanted to steep that long and various things like that. And she did not want any changes made. But they were bound to be done.
As they have been done.
Yes.
She was right, wasn't she?
She was very right.
Yes.
Then she said another thing, you won't be able to buy the herbs. They will go short.
Really?
And that will be the first thing she said our government will do is restrict the sale.
And why do you think she thought they would do that?
Because she had only put in 50 years of fighting with them, trying to get these herbs through, and they wouldn't hear to it. So she knew what was in the background. And she also knew that they did not want this to become public.
Why?
Well, because they would lose their power of controlling it.
That's perfect, Mary.
Is it?
That's all you had to do.
Is that all?
That's it. Nothing more sinister.
You don't need anything about the pots you cook it in or nothing like that, eh?
You can do, if you want to.
I think that would be a nice idea, and about the cut burdock and things like that, possibly. As you're explaining, just mentioning the recipe.
Anything you like.
Do you want to pick up those 3 jars off the table in the kitchen, Sheila?
Dosage?
No, she had her reasons for everything she did in this recipe. And the many years that she worked it, you couldn't dispute her reasons for doing things.
No.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Now these 2 jars are actually her very own mixture for making Essiac. They're now
Right.
they are now past 20 years old.
Really? Gosh.
And you can see that this is not all powder.
No, 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 no. No, the burdock, you can see that quite
She
clearly.
wanted pieces of burdock in it.
Yes.
Those are both hers. I kept them because I said, nobody will believe me,
It's true.
so I just kept them. And this is burdock as it could be had. Now this is just their own homegrown stuff.
Can you hold it up a little bit, Mary?
It's cut up in large pieces
Wonderful. Yes?
and dried that way. But this is approximately the size that she liked to have it.
Hold it up a little bit. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely wonderful because that's always been a problem in Europe about what size the burdock is.
What size it should be.
Yeah, always a problem.
She did not want it powdered though,
No, 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 no.
because it's very apt to go to the bottom and burn.
I see. Right. And what sort of pot would you say it should be cooked in?
Well, she used blue granite,
Right.
which is called maybe enamel, blue
Okay.
enamel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
Yes.
Right.
And strangely enough, in the beginning, she used an aluminum pot.
Really?
When she had a clinic of 300 patients, she was making it in an aluminum pot.
And that was when they were all getting
And they
well.
were all getting well.
Yeah.
But after a few years, of course, the health and welfare people decided that she could not use aluminum anymore.
Right.
But this was bad for everybody. You just couldn't use it. Although if you went to Toronto General Hospital and visited their kitchen, you would see nothing else but aluminum because I was there.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, they ordered her that she couldn't use that. So then she went to the old-fashioned preserving kettles
Right.
that were made of the blue enamel, or granite ware as they called the thing, and used that. And still used it till she was, as long as she lived. In fact, I have one of the pots if you want to see it.
Really?
Mhm.
Right. And do you still use one of those granite pots now?
Still use the same one.
Same, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, why not?
Sheila, will you get us in the sunlight?
I'm so pleased about that burdock root because it's such a problem. I mean, we could never ever tell what it should be like, and none of the herbal suppliers, you know, they just give it to you, you know?
Yes, and now they took the notion to powder it all.
Yes,
So as soon as you powder it, you have changed the recipe
yes,
because it takes up a different space than the pieces.
yes, it does. Yes, it's true. Aha!
Oh, that's not the. Bring the big one. I use that one too. She can see that one. Doesn't matter.
And the dosage too is important, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's very important. That's another thing she said. People will not stick to the dose I give. They'll decide on their own. And if a little's good, a lot's better.
Yeah.
It's the way they think.
But Essiac
No.
doesn't.
Didn't you see the big one?
You've got 3 pots all the same on top, but they're all together and there are no others that I.
Yeah, it's sitting right on the floor.
I just took it off the floor.
Well, don't you see one straight in from the doorway? I must be getting a little bit
what you're talking about, okay.
off the beam here. I'm sure it was in there.
But Essiac, in fact, we found in England that, in fact, almost the weaker it is, the better it is. The stronger it gets, it doesn't work so well. If people make it very, very strong, it just doesn't, it's not right.
There
Oh,
you are.
wow. How can we do this? Now, Mary, maybe you can hold it up. That's perfect. A little way that way. Bit more. That's perfect. The pot.
Can it shake?
It's allowed to shake, no
Oh,
problem.
Okay.
Thank you. That's just fine. Don't hold any longer, because otherwise your arm will hurt. That's perfect. So one of these.
That was our old-fashioned preserving kettles.
So about the dosage then, you always say to have 1 ounce.
Yes,
Don't
that's
you?
right. That was her dose. 1 ounce and 2 ounces of hot water,
Right.
sipped slowly before going to bed on an empty stomach.
Right. And she never gave any more than that, did she?
Not to my knowledge.
No.
In very sick patients, she could have maybe given more or less, but I never knew her to mention more.
Right.
She was afraid of too much because it would localize the tumor too fast.